Let's go ahead and take a look at some of their panels more carefully. And we'll need to have some assets in our projects panels to do so. I'm going to go ahead and open my Chapter 1 sample file. So you can close your other file if you have it open, the Boston one. Go ahead and close that project and get back to your welcome window. If you don't see your welcome window, you can also choose File Open on your menu bar if you don't see your welcome window. Or if you see the welcome window, I'm just going to click Open Project. So what I want you to do is go to your project files for Premiere Pro that you downloaded from Total Training. Inside the Chapter 1 folder, I'd like you to open the Chapter 1 sample project file. I'm going to click Open. And if you get a dialog box such as this that tells you your project files are missing, what you need to do is just go to Chapter 1, double click on Assets, and then we can locate the first one that it's looking for. So here at the top, you can see where it says, where is the file? And it gives me the file name. So I'm going to point to that file. I'm going to choose Select here at the bottom. And then it's going to locate the additional media automatically for me. So what you need to pay attention to when you're working with Premiere Pro is when you import anything into your projects panel, which we'll be doing later, you need to know where your files are, and you need to remember, do not delete them or move them, because then your project file will not know where they are. Because what we see here in our projects panel here on the left, these are actually pointers to those files. We don't actually import the file into Premiere Pro, we import a reference to that file to help keep the file size small for our actual project file, which is more of a container that's going to hold references to those files and then any effects or transitions or anything that we do to our clips. So here we can see in our sample, Chapter 1 sample project file, we can see here we have a couple of videos, we have a still picture. This one down here is a video, and when I hover over the video in the project panel, you can see it does a little bit of a preview for me as I'm moving my mouse around. It shows me a preview of my clip. We can also see here, it shows me the file name. If I hover, I get a little tip box that tells me the size of my image and the duration, which I can also see the duration here on the right hand side. So automatically, my project panel, which is the panel that holds all of the references to my assets, my project panel defaults in the thumbnail view. Thumbnail view is simply just seeing a little picture of a reference to that file that's inside my project panel. Down here on the bottom left, we can switch from the icon view or the thumbnail view to a list view if we'd rather work this way. And here we're just going to see the file names. We're going to see a icon to indicate what kind of file it is. So we see a little film strip to indicate a movie file, and we see a little wave icon for an audio file. And then here is our icon for a sequence. And then again, here are these labels that we talked about earlier and the color codes that they represent. Now I could scroll here to the right and I can see some additional information, start time, end time. Again, I can see the duration, in points and out points, and I can keep on going. And this is additional information that you could come in, and in our metadata panel we could add more information to that if we wanted to. So you can see there's actually quite a bit of information here in our list view. Again, icon view or thumbnail view will allow us to see a picture of our assets, allowing us probably a little bit more flexibility or ease of use, I should say, for locating our documents. And here we can resize the icon view or our thumbnail. We can make them smaller or we can make them larger. This is the default size. Here we have the option to find a file if we know the name of it. We can create a new bin to help organize our files, and we'll work on that later. And here we can actually create a new item. And then if we have anything selected, the trash can icon becomes available and we can click on that to delete something or remove the reference to that file in our projects panel. Also keep in mind that you do have the panel menu, which is available on all your panels, and they're specific to that specific panel that you're selecting the panel for. And here we can see we can change our view from thumbnail. Here you can see it's got hover scrub automatically checked. So what that's doing again is when I'm hovering over my picture, when I'm in my thumbnail view, it's going to automatically play that video for me so I can see a little preview. I'm going to go ahead and select preview area. And what that does is if I select one of my images that has a picture so we can see it better. I get a preview area up here, and I can actually click a play button and see a little bit of my video there. And again, I can see the name of my file, the size of the video, the aspect ratio, as well as the duration of my file. And here I can come back and I've got my play stop toggle icon that will allow me to play a preview of my file, or I can use my spacebar if it's selected. Right here I can actually choose which part of the picture I want to be the preview for that file by clicking on that little camera. So here I have nothing up here I can do with it because this is a JPEG image, so it's a still image. If I go down to my audio file, my WAV file, I can also preview this and listen to the audio that's associated with it. So our project panel is a great place to organize your assets. It's where you do import the references to those assets, and we have a great amount of flexibility here in this panel.